Brad Cosenza, you're the
County Administrator.
You're the handyman for the commissioners.
Well, I don't know about handyman, but my title is County Administrator.
All right. State Route 104 sewer. Sounded like you were a little disappointed with the one response.
No, not necessarily. Just we're in the process of negotiating a construction manager at risk RFP, and during that discussion, numbers seem to be a little high to us. But that's all part of the negotiation when you're doing a project of this size.
You mean the price that the cost?
Yeah, the cost of the overall project that the CMR has presented for the RFP.
All right. CMR is?
Construction Manager at Risk. RFP is a request for proposal. So we've asked companies to submit a request for proposal to be the construction manager at risk. And part of that process requires that we meet with them and try to negotiate a price for the work that is part of the request for proposal. And we are just in the early stages of negotiating that process.
So the CMR would manage other contractors under them who would actually do the work?
Well, yes, they may hire subcontractors, but they would be the general contractor, the construction manager. That's who they would be.
At risk means they are responsible for the other contractors' work or their own?
For the entire project, yes.
Any guess of a timeline for this, when it might start up?
We're talking 2025, probably midsummer, late August.
Okay. And anyone who lives along the extended sewer line, will they be required to tap into it?
Not required, no.
All right, because my parents are there and they were wondering about that.
No, I don't believe so. If they were to build a new home there, they may be required to do so, but I think they'd be grandfathered because they already have a sewer system in place.
And the plan is still to go up to the airport, but leave the fairgrounds for later.
Yeah, the reasoning for this project is to hopefully spur some economic development along State Route 104. But also there is a 150 home packaged sewage plant for the Union Heights subdivision that is end of life, and it was either going to have to be replaced, and it made more sense to put this force main in so that it would provide opportunities for future builds along State Route 104.
And while we're here, I see the courthouse exterior restoration. You've got plans there. How's that?
Well, it's a 50% schematic design, so it's only a schematic design. We don't have any building plans yet. We're in the early stages of designing this project, and that's really the first set of schematic designs that we've seen. So we just got them last week during the fair, and I haven't really had a chance to go through them yet.
All right, and Schooley Coldwell, they understand historical buildings, so that's good.
They were the architects on the restoration of the Carlisle building,
And
so they certainly do.
And also the addition to the Majestic.
Yes.
So any guess for a timeline on the courthouse?
Oh, we're a long way from that yet, probably a couple years.
All right. And if I may, after action report from the fair, you are the
I'm
chairman?
the president.
President.
I'm the president of the Agricultural Society.
All right. Can you give an overview of how it went?
Well, we're required by the Ohio Department of Agriculture to have a meeting 10 days after the fair. So we'll have that meeting, and once we have that meeting, we'll have a much better understanding. We know that the autocross event was a huge success. We have a great ride company where other fairs in our area have lost their ride companies because of certain rules now that the ODA has in place. We think our fair was a great success. The first number I heard on the sale of 4-H animals is down a little bit from last year, but I don't know that that's a factual number. I haven't gotten anything in writing yet. So once I see that, I'll have a better understanding of how the sale went. It's always a good sale. We're talking between $1 million and $1.5 million. I think last year we were at 1.2. My understanding this year is that it's down a little bit to maybe $1 million. It's still a fantastic 4-H sale. It's one of the best in the state. So we're pleased with the way things are going at the fair. We have been able to acquire many grants to make many improvements at the fair, and we continue to do that. We did some paving this year. We bought some new equipment. We through ARPA funds, we've spent almost $1 million in trying to upgrade our internet Wi-Fi service, even in the campground. We expanded that a little bit this year. We expect to expand it the rest of the year until we expend the rest of the funds. So the fair's a great place, and I think anybody that had their 7 or 10 days worth of it, me more like a whole year of it, enjoyed every bit of it. It's a great fair. It's one of the best in the state. We're proud to be the sponsors of it.
And the weather really cooperated.
Oh, well, the weather was a little bit hit and miss. It was pretty daggone hot every day for the people that camped there.
But at least it was dry.
That's right.
All right. So maybe in a week and a half, you'll have hard numbers.
Yeah, and you're welcome to attend a meeting. We have them 10 days after the fair. It'll be advertised in the newspaper or online.
And that'll be at the fair offices?
It'll be at the fair office.
Do you know what day?
It's usually on Monday. It may be next Monday.
Okay.
I haven't seen the date yet come out.
All right. And one more thought. Any timeline on the replacing the commercial building?
That's a fundraising event, so I mean they're doing their best to try to raise money for that project, but it's not a low amount. It's about $4 million to do what everybody thinks needs to be done there, and they're not close.
Okay. Thought they sounded a little hopeful for, they say, 1 year when they first started it off.
Well, everybody's hopeful when they're raising funds. That's how you have to be, and they're still very hopeful. But we've also got a project to cover the horse arena. It's very difficult for them to show their animals when it's pouring down rain, and so we've got two factions of the board, one trying to raise money for the horse arena and one trying to raise money for the commercial building, and it's a difficult proposition. So, but they're doing their best, and they'll keep at it until they get the money, I'm sure, and unless we can find some more grants to help us with those, they'll be at it until they get the money.
Well, the commercial building has been there since the 30s, so we
Yes,
can wait
it
a little
has.
longer.
Yeah, it's time for a new one.
All right. Brad Cosenza, Administrative Assistant for the Commissioners.
I'm the County Administrator.
County Administrator.
County Administrator.
And also President of the Ross County
Agricultural Society, which is the Fair Board.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.